Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you. The religion of Islam, unlike any other theistic beliefs, is built upon two major prisms, Iman and reason. Iman, which shadowly translated as faith, is an Arabic word derived from the root word amana, which means confirmation, something you check and confirm to be true. These two cardinals ain't found in other religious beliefs like, say, Christianity, where there is absolutely zero sound logical reason in the concept of, say, Trinity, for example, or God-man Jesus. These nonsenses are all out of reasoning frames. You cannot prove with a sound, coherent reason that Jesus was both God and man at the same time, inasmuch as you can't prove a square is still a circle, or an even number is still an odd number at the same time, because of what square is and what circle is. Two exactly opposite things both can't be true. 17th century ago, there was a similar nonsense, and it usually called the Arius syllogism, where Arius said, suppose that there was a man who was God at the same time as he was man. Suppose that is true. Suppose I meet a man like that and I stab him with a knife. What happens? Does he die or does he live? If he is God, he should live. If he is a man, he should die. He can't be both. So as Arius put it, if he died, he wasn't God. If he was God, he didn't die. Say to the Christians, if you want to tell me that Jesus was God, go ahead. But don't tell me he died. Do you want to tell me he died? Go ahead. But don't tell me he was God. I'll give you one, but you can't have both, because that doesn't mean anything. Now, if we set the standard of proof and then take a look at a particular subject, we will arrive at the standard and satisfy ourselves that such and such the criteria constitute the standard of proof. Then with this, the subject we examine. In this case, I will apply these to Islam. Now, ask a faithful Christian why he is a Christian, and he will usually reply the miracle of the resurrection. Based on his belief about 2000 years ago, a man died and he was raised from the dead. That is his miracle. That is his touchstone. Ask the Muslim, now, what is your miracle? Why are you a Muslim? Why is your miracle? The Muslim can go over and take his miracle off the shelf and hand it to you, because his miracle is still with him today. It is the Quran. It is his touchstone. While all the prophets had their signs, Moses had the competition with the magicians of Pharaoh, Jesus healed the sick, raised the dead, and so on. But one sign given to the last prophet, according to the Muslims, is the book, is Quran. So today, a Muslim who takes his religion seriously suffers no disadvantage than the Muslim who lived 14th century ago. So let us test the Quran. Now, suppose that I say to you, I know your childhood life. You will probably examine the situation, think about it and say, well, you know my childhood life? Was it rough? Am I skinny? Do I cry often? How was it like? You will start asking questions, and if I keep on telling you how truly your childhood life was, you'll probably figure that maybe I know your childhood life. Now, here in the Quran, we have the book which claims that its author is one who was present at the beginning of the universe. So we have the right to ask the author of the Quran to prove to us what he knows about the origin of the universe. Now, in the 21st chapter of the Quran, the 30th verse, it states, do not the unbelievers see that the heavens and the earth were joined together as one unit of creation before we clove them asunder? We made from water every living thing. Will they not then believe? There are some key points worthy to note here. Firstly, it is the disbelievers that will see that the heavens and the earth were one piece before they were parted, and will see that all life came to be made from water. As it happens, the universally accepted origin of the universe is the Big Bang theory, which maintains that at one time the heavens and the earth were one piece, the monoblock it is called, and then began to expand and eventually to the universe we are in today. That all life began from water is also a testimony made by not Muslim biologists, but by non-Muslims, the disbelievers. Recently, the knowledge in biological sciences confirms that the fact that apart from the fact that the original basis of the living matter, the protoplasm, is liquid or semi-liquid and in a state of constant flux and instability, there is the fact that land animals like the higher vertebrates, including man, show in their embryologic history organs like those of fishes, indicating the watery origin of their original habitat. The constitution of protoplasm is about 80 to 85 water. Well, this looks like the question we raised earlier, asking the author of the Quran if he is present at the beginning of the universe to tell us how it starts. And here we have a convincing and truthful answer from the author, from Allah, the author of the Quran. Now, aside all these, the Muslims and non-Muslims, Christians, Hindus, even atheists and agnostics, all of us, we need to stand on something in seeking the truth. We all need to take a stand, a point of reference or a point of convergence in seeking the truth. When we examine Islam, for example, we'll come to see these convergence points. For example, Quran 89 verse 7 made mention of the city of Iram. Iram was unknown to history. Even Muslim commentators and apologists, out of embarrassment, were silent about it, trying to explain it as perhaps figurative, or sometimes understood it to be the name of a man, an eponymous hero of the Ad people, and not a city. Well, in February 1992, after working for several years, American archaeologists discovered it to be the lost city of Ad people in Oman with the help of satellite photography. The point here is that you cannot outsmart the author of the Quran because he is the originator of the cosmos. Those Muslims commentators who seem likely that they can sharply polish the primitive understanding of the author of the Quran of the world around us have failed. On the other hand, God, who is the author of the Quran, outsmarted them. These proofs and scientific points to which Islam holds are its acid test, elevating far over other belief systems. Beyond faith, Islam is a proof and has proven itself over and over from 14th century to 21st century. If you really need a true way, you can't pass Islam by. Why should you seek other ways when Islam has already unshackled the world with the keys of knowledge? I call you all, subscribe to Islam for its substantiation.